Oi YouTubers, it is I3Hellgear, and I'm taking this time to do a little something different. One of the game series my gaming community likes to play is The Binding of Isaac, and some of the members have created a little questionnaire survey, which I have right here. So here's how this is going to work. In addition to me posting this to my YouTube channel, I will also be posting this video to my Twitter page, which you can find the link to in the description below. Followers welcome. Also in the description below are the very questions that I ask and answer in this survey. Two reasons for that. The second being this survey is meant to be shared by other players of the game regardless of where you are. Please do. And the main is so that other players who play this game that are on YouTube can do this survey on their channels as well. And if you do, let me know in the comment section below. That way I can check out your channel, your content, and of course your answers to this very survey. Because no two Isaac players are exactly alike. Keep in mind, this survey was created by players of the game and not by the Nicalis team themselves. First question. Which game in the Binding of Isaac series did you begin playing? I began playing here, Binding of Isaac Rebirth on the Nintendo Wii U. Decent game, glad it made it to the Wii U since I don't have a PC for it, but it does crash every now and again. Next question. What interested you in playing this series? And what does the game remind you of? I first saw this game being played on my friend's Twitch channel, and it reminded me of the very first Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo that was dungeons only, and I was like, hey, I can play this game, no problem. And I'm glad that it's on the Wii U for me to play. Next question. Which mode of the game do you prefer playing? I have friends who have the Afterbirth game on their PCs, and I've played Greed mode, but I prefer the regular mode of the game. It feels more balanced to me, and Greed mode has a completely different mechanic to it. Next question. Which title best describes your main file status? Down with Mom, Portrait Assembly, Golden God, Mega Satan Destroyer, Platinum God, Real Platinum God, or Chess Status, aka 1001%. As you can see, my main file is the Mega Satan Destroyer. Next question. Which character is your favorite to play as? And which is your least favorite to play as? Contrary to what people think, my personal favorite is Maggie. You know, she may not have the speed as everybody else, but the health is there for good devil deal fodder. Least favorite character is Judas. I don't like the fact that he only has one heart. Sure, the Book of Belial balances him out, but a hit from a champion and he's dead. Next question. Which character, in your opinion, is the best to play as? That would be Samson. That bloody lust is just awesome. Next question. Which character, in your opinion, is the worst to play as other than the Lost? That would be Lilith. The whole blind thing and having familiar shoot for you is not to my liking, especially with specific synergies and items that synergize normally with anyone else. Next question. Which character, in your opinion, is the most frustrating to play as? That would be the Keeper. You know, you really have to work items and deals differently with the Keeper than with everyone else. Next game. Next question. What is the one thing about Greed mode you can't understand? Skip this question if you haven't played Greed mode. The one thing about Greed mode I don't understand is how the Cathedral is not a stage in this mode, but Sheol is, and both Sheol and Cathedral are on the same tier of stage. Somebody, please, help me out with that one. Next question. Players usually have rules to play by in regards to the rooms on each floor. Talk a bit about yours. Okay, my playstyle rules are as follows. Try to hit up every item room you can, prioritizing keys to item room, treasure room, and any chests that you might have. Avoid the shop on the first floor unless A, it's an XL floor, B, you find the master key, or C, you can find a way to bomb your way into the shop. And of course, bomb your way into the shop, item room, and curse room whenever you can. Don't buy items or open up the shop unless you have the master key if you don't have enough money to take an item from the shop. Visit arcades and dice rooms every so often, and Isaac rooms whenever you can. Prioritize your bombs to tinted/marked rocks first, secret room second, stone chests third. Try not to take so much red heart damage. Next question. Do you prefer angel or devil room deals? I like both, but it depends on which item is in which room that is presented to me. Sometimes there's a really good angel item in their room. Sometimes the devil room gives me 3 chests. Sometimes the devil room gives me an item that is crap, or it's an item I can't take because it'll kill me. It all really depends. Next question. What in your opinion is the best devil room item besides Brimstone and Mega Blast? It's a tie to me. On an offensive standpoint, it would be Death's Touch. On a defensive standpoint, it would be Abaddon. Next question. What in your opinion is the worst devil room item besides Brother Bobby and Sister Maggie? Parentheses, they take enough crap. That would be the Ghost Baby. Next question. What in your opinion is the best angel room item besides Sacred Heart? Wow, Sacred Heart on the tier of Brimstone. Interesting. Since I can choose it, I'm going to go with Godhead. I love Godhead. That's awesome. Next question, same deal, but worst angel room items besides key pieces. Worst angel room item besides key pieces to me would be Breath of Life. Still trying to figure out how to really synergize with that. Next question. Do you prefer an activated item, that's the item used with the space bar or ZL on Nintendo systems, to have an instant charge, 1 or refillable, a short charge, 2, a moderate charge, 3 or 4, or a large charge, 4 and up, or higher than 4? Honestly, it depends. A, what the item is, B, how my synergy is going, and C, if it's better than the current item that I have. You know, there are times I want Shoot the Whoop, there are times where I want Guppy's Head, there are times where I want the D6, there are times when I'm going to want the Book of Sin or Book of Belial. It all really depends on what's going on. Next question. The D6 and D100 are the best dice to players. What, in your opinion, are the 3 next best dice and why? I guess they're not saying if these are tied as the 2 best dice, but to me it's like this. 5th best dice is the D12. To everybody on the Nintendo side of Rebirth, the D12 is the dice that rerolls rocks. A good example of when to use this is to find that one room that has all those indestructible rocks, but in the middle there's 4 flames, 4 indestructible rocks, and a sin heart. You could use the D12 to re-roll those rocks into better rocks to help you get that heart if you can't fly. I believe it also works on mushrooms and TNT. 4th best dice to me would be the D10. And this has saved me a couple of times. You know, there will be those moments where you have a really bad room presence or you're trying to save your deal and it's mullabooms and you're getting ready to get hit, but you hit the D10 and it turns into, you know, friendly flies. D10 isn't always like that, but it's a good example. Now, the other members in my group say the 3rd best dice is the D7, which to the Nintendo side of players, it re-rolls rewards by closing the room off and letting you fight the enemies again to get better drops. It also teleports you out of the boss room, and I think that's why they say it's the third best dice, but to me, the third best dice is the D20. I've seen Northern Lion and Mathis work the D20 in greed mode and have some really powerful combinations, as long as there's a dice in the shop. It's just really good. Next question. What in your opinion are the 5 best book activated items? Parentheses, Dead Sea Scrolls counts too. Number 5, Book of Secrets. Number 4, Book of Belial. There's a tie for the number 2 book between Satanic Bible and Book of Revelations, since they both do the same thing pretty much. And to me, the best book in the game is the Book of Shadows. Next question. What in your opinion are the 5 best and worst cards in the game, excluding item multipliers, runes, and the blank card? Okay, I'll start with the 5 best cards to me first. Number 5 would be the Tower card. You know, that's a really good boss cheese and rock breaker. Number 4, Hierophant. Love the clutch 2 soul hearts to save a deal. Second place is a tie between the Sun and the World cards. They both do mapping, but the Sun can also damage enemies and is a clutch red heart full health when you need it. And the best card to me is the Joker. On the worst side of things, 5th worst card, which makes a good 6th place to me, is the Chariot. You know, again, you can cheese bosses and minimize curse room damage. 4th worst card would be the Lovers. And I say that because a lot of players like to play with either low or no red health at all. 3rd worst card to me would be the Fool card. But 3 Hellgear, the Fool is a teleportation card. Yeah, but compared to the Hermit, the Stars, and the Moon, the Fool is kind of looked away from and not too helpful. The second best card, or best of the worst cards, is the Rules card. The Rules card has only helped me out once, letting me know there was a black market on the floor. Otherwise, it gives you something like, Chubb dislikes smoke. Who bombs Chubb anyway? When you don't have to. Worst card is the Suicide King. Suicide King is only good for 3 instances. Number 3, if you have 1-up or Ankh. Number 2, if you're playing as Lazarus and you still haven't died yet. And number 1, if you picked up Dark Judas and you're getting ready to respawn as him. Next question. What in your opinion are the 5 best and worst pills in the game, excluding stat multipliers and the blank pill? Blank pill being the slang for placebo. Alright, best pills first. 5th best pill to me is Perks. 4th best pill, similar to the Chariot, is Power Pill. 3rd best pill, Balls of Steel. Gotta love that clutch soul. 2nd best pill is 48-hour energy. And best pill in the game, to me, I Can See Forever. On the worst side of things, 5th worst pill, Explosive Diarrhea. Again, like the Tower. Useful, you can cheese bosses. 4th worst pill to me is Are You a Wizard? Don't like that pill. 3rd worst pill is an Afterbirth exclusive, the Cursed Pill. Having a curse added on to whatever I'm going on right now sucks. 2nd worst pill is Bad Trip. And to people who think, well, Bad Trip is a stat multiplier, like health down, it isn't always that way. When your health is low, Bad Trip is actually full health. And when you pick up a full health having low heart health, like in the Have a Heart challenge, and you pick it up again thinking, oh yeah, that's the full health pill, come to find out it's Bad Trip, you feel kind of faked out. Worst pill is Amnesia Pill. Ugh, Black Candle please. Next question. What in your opinion are the 3 best and worst runes in the game? First off, on that worst rune thing, no such thing as a bad rune. All the runes are good. As far as my 3 best runes, number 3, Ansuz. But 3 Hellgear, why is Ansuz your 3rd best rune when it does mapping like the Sun and World cards, which are your 2 best cards? Well, mapping is great, but it doesn't compare to Yera, which is my number 2 rune. Have you ever had 2 Yeras thanks to starter deck going into the chest with Isaac and the D6? That's fun. Best rune in the game is the Algiz rune. And yes, it is said Algiz in Afterbirth. Get your heads out the gutter. Al didn't do that. 30-second shielding is a lot better than Book of Shadows shielding, Virgo shielding, Cancer shielding, and Polaroid shielding. It's one of those things that is the Lost's best friend. Especially in Vanilla Isaac. Next question. What, in your opinion, are the 5 worst curses in the game, excluding Whore of Babylon, Cursed Dice, and Curse of the Cursed, and why? Okay. 5th worst curse to me is Curse of the Unknown. Not knowing what your health is isn't so bad, but remember one thing. If you enter a room and there's piss on the ground, you have half a heart's worth of life. So as long as you don't see any of that on the ground when you enter a room, you know you have at least 1 whole heart of life. Unless you're playing as the Lost. 4th worst curse in the game is Curse of Darkness. I know I've heard Mathis complain about the Curse of Darkness, especially when he's in the burning basement, how he really can't see. And I can understand that. There are certain floors where Curse of Darkness makes it so that, light, night light, black candle, please. 3rd worst curse in the game to me is Curse of the Blind. I don't know how many times that has screwed over you guys' runs, but when I wanted to pick up like Brimstone or Death's Touch to get Mom's Knife and then hit up an item room later for something good, only for it to turn out to be Soy Milk or Tiny Planet. Tiny Planet or Soy Milk with Mom's Knife, horrible combos. How many people have picked up an item that screwed over their synergies thanks to Curse of the Blind, or even got Curse of the Blind in the chest? Ugh, black candle, please. But it's not as bad as my number 2, and that's Curse of the Maze. And Curse of the Maze is more irritating as all hell than it is just more of a kick in the ass. That has always seemed to screw me over and has even ruined a lot of my runs where I try to get to boss rush. Worst curse in the game to me, Curse of the Lost. I do not like walking around in circles. Black candle, please. Especially when combined with that cursed pill. Ugh. Okay, challenges. Next question. What was the easiest challenge for you to complete? Well, the easiest challenge for me to complete was actually Glass Cannon. Everyone in my group had hell with this challenge when they played it, but the first time I played it, I cleared it. And I enjoyed it. I mean, it was so great. Next question. What was the hardest challenge for you to complete besides the speed challenge? That would be... Did I knock the camera out of the focus? No, I didn't. Okay, good. That'd be the Family Man. The Family Man was a hard challenge for me to do, and it took me a while to actually complete. And before I played Afterbirth, I thought of the Family Man as practice for playing as Lilith, which essentially it is. Another hard one was Solar System. Solar System was a pain too because I wasn't really good with orbital damage. You know, I've improved since then. Next question. What was the most frustrating challenge for you to complete? That would be the Beans challenge, actually. I do not like this. Having to fart enemies to death sucks. I know some people were frustrated over the Family Man and Solar System too, but my God, the Beans Challenge, farting people to death. Next question, what was your favorite challenge? Again, favorite challenge aside from Glass Cannon was It's in the Cards. I actually really enjoyed that challenge simply because I had a lot of the runes when I played this, and I had really good draws, actually. Okay, getting into transformations now. Next question. Many players believe Guppy is the best transformation in the game. What, in your opinion, is the second best transformation? Second best transformation to me is Spun. And to everybody on the Nintendo side of Rebirth, Spun is an afterbirth transformation where you pick up 3 of the syringes. It's a really good damage buff too. You know the syringes, like Experimental Treatment, Roid Rage, Synthoil, Speedball, those guys. 3 of them. Next question. What, in your opinion, is the worst transformation in the game? Gonna have to go with Conjoined there. You know, I don't like having a tear nerf. I need my tears. Next question. What, in your opinion, is the coolest looking transformation in the game? That would be Leviathan. Leviathan reminds me of the aliens from Metal Slug 2, except with wings. Next question. Which transformation, in your opinion, was the one that felt rushed or the most incomplete? And how would you improve on it? That would be the Bob transformation. Now, here's the thing. Bob's items, you know, Brain, Rotten Head, and the Curse, and apparently Ipecac is in this pool, do 1 or 2 things, if not both of these, and that's Poison or Explode. And when you become Bob, you leave Poison Creep and you turn green and look like Sloth. Personally, I would have Poison Tear standard when it comes to being the Bob transformation, simply because it fits to the theme. You know, just walking around leaving Poison Creep looking like Sloth, I need more, man. Next question. Which transformation besides Super Bum is the hardest for you to become? That would be the Shit transformation. Mainly because the items that are revolved around it are more often to be completed by Blue Baby. And that is the Poop, which the Blue Baby has, Flush, and E. coli. Which, ironically enough, are items that you get in the Highbrow Challenge. If anybody knows if the Highbrow Challenge starts you off in this transformation and you haven't completed it yet, let me know in the comment section below. I'm curious. Next question. If you could pitch 3 transformation ideas to Nicholas, what would they be? Mr. Edmund McMillan, Mr. Tyrone Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen of the Nicholas development team, I would like to propose 3 transformations for you guys. 2 of these transformations I figure would be nice ideas, and 1 of them I figure would have already been done. I will speak on the latter last. In regards to the first 2, I figured since we have a Guppy transformation, why not a Tammy one? Tammy's head is a really fun item, and I figured what other parts for Tammy would work? You know, like Tammy's play toy or her catnip, and even make her transformation focused on a tier increase. You know, the opposite of Conjoined, where how Conjoined nerfs tiers, but Tammy can buff tiers, actually. If that's too much of a stretch, how about a Cricket transformation? You know, Isaac's dogs, the parts of Isaac's dog are really interesting. The damage and the splash damage and the tier increase, you know. Maybe add like his chew toy or Cricket's bone. If it's not his chew toy, or maybe his water dish and whatnot. Make it more damage and shrapnel based. Then there's the curse I figured would have already not curse, transformation that would already exist, and that would be a spider one. And I say that because there are a lot of spider based items in the game. You know, box of spiders, spider butt, spider baby, spider bite, daddy long legs, sissy long legs, juicy sack, bursting bombs. And I figured, why hasn't a spider transformation been made yet? Maybe you could call it Arachno Boy. I know naming of transformations was an issue with Lord of the Flies and how you made it Beelzebub due to censorship deals, but you know, it's something to think about. Next question. List any biblical references you know about the Binding of Isaac series. Okay, this might take a while. Since this is a highly biblical referenced game, the references I know are as follows. Isaac is the son of Abraham who God asked to sacrifice him. But before going with it all the way, Abraham sacrifices a lamb instead. Maybe that's the reason why the lamb is the boss of the dark room. Nicholas hasn't really said if Isaac's father's name is Abraham, let alone has identified the name of the mom yet, but I'm sure they'll clarify at some time whenever they wish. Contrary to what people believe about Magdalene being named after a Protestant whore, Mary Magdalene, Magdalene was a woman who was possessed by 7 souls and needed to be exorcised of them. Perhaps that's the reason why you need 7 red hearts to unlock her. Eve is the wife of Adam and is the first sinner. Cain and Abel were the twin sons of Adam and Eve who fought each other, Cain killing Abel but lost his eye in the fight. Samson was a holy warrior who was said to have unfound strength so long as he didn't cut his hair. Judas was a member of God's crew sitting at the table during the Last Supper who ended up being the betrayer. The lost is Isaac's wandering soul through, his soul wandering through limbo. Blue baby is Isaac's dead body as a result of asphyxiation. Lazarus is the first man that God brought back to life from the dead. Not sure what the deal is with the keeper. Maybe it's because he's the playable greed, which is one of the 7 sins, or that old saying, I am my own keeper. Lilith and Azazel are high-ranking devils, actually. Azazel being a high-ranking devil for males, and Lilith being a high-ranking devil for females. I believe along the succubus line. If any of that seems off, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Final question. If the Nicholas staff came to you and said one of your requests would be made official in the next game of the series, what would it be? Next game of the series, and this time being Afterbirth Plus. Mr. Edmund McMillan, Mr. Tyrone Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen of the Nicholas staff. I don't have a PC to play The Binding of Isaac, so I played on my Wii U in Rebirth. We didn't get Afterbirth, but I would appreciate, for my request, having Afterbirth Plus on the Wii U. I'd even do a run on it on my YouTube channel. I really do enjoy playing this game in light of any difficulties, which I like games being hard, any difficulties it might present to be, especially with getting real Platinum God. I'd like to play the next version of this game on my Wii U. Please and thanks. Anyway, that's all I have to say on this survey. Again, questions are in the description below, so you can try it for yourselves. Let me know in the comment section below if you do on your channel. Also, let me know in the comment section below if you agree or disagree with any of my answers. That being said, raise your thumbs if you enjoyed this one. Now let me take my goose from the oven because I'm done. Bye-bye, everybody.